Hello, hi, and welcome. My name is Rob Handlery, and this is GameSpot's Now Playing. Today we're taking a look at Space Engineers, but with a special treat. I have with me in-game via Skype the lead artist, Tomas Fampas. How you doing? You there?
I'm doing great. Hello.
And I just logged off for a second there. Doing great, awesome. And also the another artist here, Adam Toward.
Hello.
Hello.
You pronounced it correctly.
Great. So yeah, we are here in just a standard creative match, and these guys are going to give us just a rundown on some upcoming features for this early access game. Currently on Steam. It's the 4th top-selling game at the moment. It's an absolute blast. I've been playing it lately, and since last December, there have been significant changes, and a lot more to come.
Yep.
So who's pink?
That's me. That's Adam.
Hot.
Hi.
All right. So yeah, you guys just want to walk me through some of the newest stuff?
Yeah, sure.
So if you want to start with the latest update, if you want.
Okay. Well, like, do you mean the one that is coming, or the one that was this time?
How about so what's like one of the newest? So I know one of the most recent stuff add-ons was the ability to make factions as in your own kind of clan or group, which is what we did here. If I pull up the menu, go to factions, and here we are. This is a group. Now I played yesterday, and there's a bunch of other factions that you can see on any given survival server. And the coolest thing is you can click on one of those guys and either propose peace or declare war. So how has that been working out as far as servers? I haven't seen any massive battles going, but have you guys seen any of battles yourselves?
You can go ahead.
I've seen quite a few battles that people have been setting up, yeah, and the factions allows people to sort of come together and group up their stuff sort of more officially rather than people just claiming their ships and their stations, etc.
Right.
They can actually officially claim them, and then they can do war properly. Because one of the main features of factions is the ability to claim all the blocks of certain things. So as you'll notice, everything's made up of different blocks and modules. And before, things like turrets on the larger ships would only engage people, would engage everyone and anyone that you told them to. So with factions, we added a system whereby people could set their ships to their own faction, and then any other faction ships that came within range of the turrets would be engaged. So it allowed people to sort of battle properly through the means of factions.
That's right, because I remember one of the last times I played, there were simply turrets that I'm looking at over here. They were like auto turrets, but they didn't seem to really shoot anything other than asteroids that would come at you. Whoa, you took off quick. And asteroids, and then of course there's like a decoy item you can throw and they'll shoot at that. But now that totally makes sense that these turrets now have a significant purpose of shooting an enemy faction. That's great.
Yeah, they also target the important parts of the ships. So they'll start with thrusters and like try to find the reactors and stuff like that. So they don't shoot anything that moves, but only the important parts.
Yeah.
Can you set or inform, or I guess program the turrets to shoot at specific areas?
Currently, no, but that's one of the things we're going to be working on, is the ability to sort of take control of the turrets by remote, sorry, and then you can fire them yourselves or fire groups of them at specific areas.
Sweet. So yeah, you guys just want to kind of show me maybe some upcoming stuff you guys have been working on?
Okay, so we've got a list here of the things that we are going to be adding. This is sort of an exclusive thing. One of the big things that we're going to be adding in, I think it's next week's update, is the addition of pistons. So that will allow for a lot more mechanical things to be made.
Yeah, we already made some testing, and it should be much easier to make like hangar doors and stuff like that.
Awesome.
or so turrets that can be like put outside covered territory.
Awesome.
So it won't take such a long time as before or until now, and more players will be able to build like more complex ships with actually like proper hangar doors and stuff like that.
Yeah, so there'll be pistons for large and small ships, and on the large ship there will be 2 by 1 by 1, which is like this giant pillar I built over here. So the red bit will be the actual pillar, the actual piston block will be the red bit, and then it can extend up to 5 blocks upwards, depending on where you set it, etc. And it'll have all the same settings as rotors, so you can set the power and the speed of the acceleration and stuff.
Gotcha. That's awesome. Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Also in this update, there will be batteries. Many people were asking for batteries since
Oh,
the
wow.
solar panels were since the solar panels well introduced, and they should be pretty cool because now you will have much more power over how to actually work with electricity and how to make stations and actually make battery modules to like place between ships and stuff like that. We tried a few concepts where you can actually attach small ship batteries to large grid. So that means that you can kind of like have a large reactor that is covered with connectors, and
Wow.
then you can connect these modules to the connectors and actually charge the batteries. And then when they are charged, you can just fly close, take them with merge blocks, and then fly away and use them instead of like regular reactors and stuff like that.
That's awesome. Yeah, and just for anyone who doesn't know, basically the main way of powering any kind of device is with uranium, which you have to mine for. So that's kind of like almost like kind of the end game of like being self-sustaining with sunlight, I suppose, right?
Yeah, well, it takes a while actually
Right.
to charge a battery.
It does.
You will have to have quite a large solar panel station to kind of charge batteries quite quickly, but it could be something, as you said, the end game thing where you don't have to mine any uranium anymore. You can just stick up with the batteries and solar energy. So.
Right, or at least slow down, because that was something I was playing like even last night. It was just like you get kind of caught up in some kind of build or process, and then you realize, oh, I have no more uranium, and you got to then drop everything just to hunt that down. So this would be some way of definitely slowing that process. Yeah. That's cool.
We're also going to be boosting the output, and the output of solar panels, we're going to be boosting it, so they produce, I think it's 15 times more power than they do currently, because people have been saying it's a little low. So we had a sit down the other day and we sort of talked through the how much power we think they should give out if they're at full charge, and we're also going to be reducing the amount of materials that it takes to build a solar panel to make them sort of more viable power options.
Yeah, I currently haven't even built a solar panel, and that takes a while. People have been saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, before it took about, I think it was like 2.5 minutes to weld one of them, so that was a little extreme.
Yeah,
so we brought that down.
Sweet.
Actually, we kind of looked into the way the solar panels work, and we kind of optimized it, so they should be more accessible right now. It shouldn't be that hard anymore to actually build a solar panel.
I see. Cool. Well, heck, is there anything we could maybe kind of build, or something, maybe like a quick kind of example of an upcoming feature you guys have?
Well,
obviously not in this server, but like maybe like something that could like give us a little taste.
We could build a sort of one of the sort of solar panel recharging things that we've been conceptualizing for the batteries. So that kind of thing, we could build one of those.
okay.
As we're building that, anything else you guys want to touch on?
I think that's all we've got. I mean, we've got a few more things that we're going to be working on in the next like month or two. A lot of people have been asking for Rails. I know a lot of people in the closed testing group are going to be going mental now I've said that. But we're going to be working on Rails. It's just more of a complicated thing than we anticipated. So we're going to be working on bringing straight rails and curved rails and stuff, so people can build more mechanical things.
Wow, as opposed to what using like the landing
Thrust.
gear or like I've seen so many different ways, which is so cool about this game is even though there's landing gear, people have managed to create some kind of contraption with landing gear or tires, and people just get extremely creative.
Yeah, so it's going to allow people to build things like that much more easily rather than sort of scrapping things together out of what they have currently, which is good because it shows the creativity of the community.
Yeah.
Really.
This and the back of this drill. What was? I've never seen this in action. What is this new piece? It's like an ejector or something.
It's both. It's ejector and sort of injector sort of thing. If Tomas brings it around here, we can sort of show what it does.
Yep. I'll be right there.
So this is an example of the connector block. This was about 3 weeks ago we added these. So this is the large ship connector block that I'm flying next to here, and the small ship one is Tomas it's on the back of Tomas' ship.
Oh,
so
that's
see
awesome.
Now yeah, they've connected now, and this provides a power and a conveyor connection between the two ships, so you can transfer all the ore out of the drills into the refinery and stuff. Yeah.
Actually, right now I have the access to anything that is on this station just by connecting through this connector. So
Yeah.
I can set the turrets or like start assembling something or stop anything. Like let's say I won't have enough power to assemble something, so I will stop the refinery to refine ore, and so I can save energy and stuff like that.
That's awesome. Yeah, as opposed to before where you had to basically pick up the ore from the drill and then bring it to a refinery. This will just immediately do that on its own.
Yeah.
That's great.
I'm pretty sure that the refinery will see ore in this inventory of the ship and automatically draw it to itself and start processing it, so you don't have to do it manually.
Wow.
Do you want to guys mine some ore together?
Yeah, let's do it.
Copy paste more ships so that everyone has a ship, so you guys can hop in and mine some stuff.
Sounds good to me.
And well, actually, this charging batteries will be the same. If you'll have batteries on your small ship, then you'll connect it through the connector to a platform that has, let's say, a bunch of solar panels, and the charging will start.
Yep.
So you can have like, I don't know, 6 small ships, and each time you're low on battery, you can just set it to be charged and then take a different one. And usually the asteroids, they have the core is made of iron, so it takes a while to actually get to it.
But once you're there, you've got a seemingly infinite amount of iron. There's millions of kilograms of iron in the side of each asteroid.
Also, this ship was designed to work as a perfect miner, which means that the shape of the ship is kind of, it follows the drills.
Right.
So when you make the hole, you won't be stopped. You can just keep going until you are through the whole asteroid.
Right. Unlike maybe something like this, where I kind of modded it my own way, these kind of sticking out parts will get in the way if I'm trying to go all the way deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of the nice things about space engineers, that you can kind of design things that are really practical rather than just look good. So
Sure.
there are both sides. You can design beautiful things, but also designs that actually work perfectly for its purpose.
Right.
Yeah.
You need the engineer and the designer to collaborate.
Exactly.
The most aesthetic ships probably won't be the most practical or sort of. Oh,
Usually when you build something...
Oh, what happened there?
oh, we got asteroids turned on. Okay.
Oh, asteroids.
Asteroids?
So that's what's going on right now. These turrets are, they're getting it. Get an asteroid or some asteroids here.
You can't really see them
Oh, there's
in
one.
this mode, but you can see the red targeting reticles. The target the
They're like lasers, yeah.
the turrets draw around the asteroids.
So tight.
But if these hit the station or your ships, they will blow a hole through your station and stuff. So.
Oh, is that right?
Yep.
So they're not the smartest guys, but they're getting there. Awesome.
Also, well, we have several systems in the game that you can put in consideration when designing the ship. So there are like cargo containers, the reactors, also conveyor system is quite complex, and its purpose is to connect all the storage areas to actually move the items around.
Right.
So that you don't have to have, like, let's say several storage places that you can that you have to carry items between them. You'll just connect them with a pipe and then like move the stuff inside just by pressing a button.
So and that would work as far as like the piping of that. You would have to rebuild or take down walls or whatever structure you have, or are you saying that you could basically kind of connect through other pieces with the conveyor?
Currently, you can't connect through other pieces. If you look at the station or any of the driller ships, you'll see that they have a sort of armor layer and a
Right,
sort
okay.
of how do you say it? Infrastructure layer where they've got the conveyor tubes connected to conveyors, connected to like storage containers and connectors and stuff. So that's the sort of infrastructure of your ship, and then you can build the armor around it to protect it or make it look good, depending on how you want to design your ship.
Sure.
When you usually design the ship, it takes like several stages. So that you design the core and then all the systems, and then you kind of build the armor level. It's not like that you would build a ship from scratch without much of a design. So it takes a while. It takes that design thinking to kind of make it work.
Oh yeah, definitely. Once again, the argument between the designer and the engineer always it's always going to be there.
Yeah. If you look underneath this platform as well, you can see the conveyors that connect up the turrets and the reactors and stuff.
Oh, totally.
Yeah. Also, you can see the grinders that can kind of get the items and stuff from ships already made. I'll show you how that works.
Yeah, I was just about to ask that actually.
Okay, so I turned them
Oh,
off
yeah.
through the control panel. Yeah, and now it's being disassembled.
That's awesome.
It will take a while, but all the material that was used for building the blocks is right now transferred into the cargo container. So if you open one of these cargo containers, you should be able to see the items being piled up.
Great. And that would be what, where are those guys going to go? Put them over
I think
here?
they go into this.
You can open any control panel.
That's right.
That's small blue thing.
I don't think these grinders are actually going to work 'cause we're in creative mode, so the stuff that they
Yeah.
grind is just disappears. But in survival mode, the stuff that every single piece that's gone into that ship can be grinded off at 100% efficiency. So
All right,
you
yeah,
have space-
definitely. Yeah, so it's going right to the refinery right now. That's awesome.
Yeah.
One big piece is floating away.
Wow, it's done already. Oh no, it's not. It's up there. Okay.
That ship is donezo. Oh, I just saw this today. I had to look up how to do this, but you can now, I don't know if this was a couple weeks ago, you can now change the color of your suit.
Yep.
Yeah, that was last week, wasn't it?
Was it last week? How do you do that again? You go T.
Press
Oh
T.
yeah, T, that's right.
Oh.
And you can do any color to your liking. Look at that.
Yep. You can also do the same with the color of blocks by pressing P with the armor blocks selected.
Right.
You get the same sort of menu.
Well, also for players
Whoa.
that think about starting playing the Space Engineers, we recommend
Whoa, you did that quick. Pink, you love that color, don't you? Look at that. What are you saying? I'm sorry. Tomas.
Well, no, that well, if players would like to start playing Space Engineers from scratch, we recommend to watch all the videos that we have on our channel, because the update videos, they are not just to show or say that there's something new, but we also explain the new features and the way they work. So we try to, like every week, we try to explain all the possible things that you can do with it, and like the way it changed from, like, let's say a few weeks before and stuff like that. So to kind of keep in track of what's new, it's better to watch the updates.
Yeah.
and go through the videos the way they actually were uploaded.
Yeah, I have to even catch up myself sometimes with like rotors. Rotors are like, at my point, they're very complex and amazing when people can like accomplish like gigantic. Well, I think the other day I saw like someone made like 2 sock 'em bopper robots. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
just one simple mechanic that just turns, and they go to town on that stuff. I mean, personally, yeah, it gets really intimidating, but yeah, the tutorials are a must. Rockets.
Yeah, if you come over here to the sort of engine room of one of the ships, you can see where a meteor struck it. One of the ones that got through the Gatling defenses, and it blew a hole in the side of the ship right next to the reactor.
Oh, I see you.
So, if another one, it could have taken out a reactor, and reactors are like ridiculously expensive, so you need
Yeah,
adequate protection from environmental hazards.
that's some damage right there. So, actually, this was one of my questions. Is weapons? Currently you got the machine gun here.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any other weapons in the making? Maybe like a rocket launcher or?
Yeah, rocket launcher is right here.
Well, there's one for ships, yeah, but...
Oh, I meant like handheld.
Oh.
I said handheld.
We have... Me and Tomasz were actually speaking about this earlier, about the idea of a handheld rocket launcher. It's not really something that we have planned like as a team, but it's definitely something we could suggest, like, and it should be pretty easy to do.
Right. So, it would basically the same, mechanic of that
Yeah.
launcher you have there, definitely.
Mhm.
Very awesome. At some point, we are definitely going to crash this ship into the station.
Or there's a
not
blue ship
There's
above
the
there.
blue ship over here that you can crash it into, like the starting video. You cut it in half with the big purple one.
Oh yeah, where is that one? There's another one, right? Where is it?
Yeah, you can see it on your hood because it's got an antenna on it. It's
Blue too.
I say up there, but
I will build
space is-
the passenger seat for you so we can get there. Just give me a second.
Oh, that's right. That's right. When did you guys add that? I haven't used it yet. There's a passenger seat now.
Yeah, it's on the top of the small ship.
Look,
You guys get there.
very practical. I love it. Rock on.
Okay, so enjoy the ride.
Go for it.
The passenger seats were added 3 updates ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we are. Yeah,
Nice little landing bay in here.
yeah, but I'm afraid I will kind
Watch,
of
watch the heads.
bump your head. Yep, we are in.
Awesome.
Oops. So yeah, people were asking for sort of a way to be able to travel around on other people's ships without having to give control to the people that wanting transporting, sort of thing. So people can make like, I've seen a lot of people build like drop ships and stuff with like one cockpit and then a bunch of passenger seats on the back for like troops to sit, sort of thing, if they were to do like an invasion on an enemy faction, sort of thing.
That is where I feel like one of my like dreams of this game would be some kind of, drop ship that could drill a hole into another enemy ship and just unload a bunch of guys and then come across these turrets like that. That's just amazing if it gets there, and I'm sure it will.
Yeah, I mean, you can. That's one of the things with the combat of this game. You can, it can bring out the engineer in people rather than just the sort of warrior in people. Like you can build engineering things, like you said, sort of drill through the side of a ship and sort of take it by hand, sort of thing, rather than just blowing it to pieces with another ship.
All right, well, hell, let's just crash this thing.
Well, also in the future, the first thing will be this update, but we are going to add antennas. And right now the antennas will be able to see just enemy players and like friendly players. But in the future you'll be able to remotely connect to like turrets or even other ships. So that's definitely something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Because then you can have a whole crew and one captain piloting the ship, and then other people can kind of like take control of the turrets. And
Definitely.
make sure that they kind of target the same priority thing, and that can be really interesting.
Yeah, and even when I was playing last night, I even a lot of guys in the chat were even saying like, "Hey, I'm a pilot slash, miner." People are kind of already like criterizing themselves of like what kind of role they want to play.
Yeah, I've seen a few groups on Steam setting up with a sort of almost like a sort of World of Warcraft guild type structure, where they have, or even an EVE Online corporation type structure, where they build their own sort of hierarchy around their faction. So they'll have like commander people that will sort of tell everyone else what to do. They'll have like miners and pilots and fighter pilots and stuff. So there's a lot of interesting things that people can do with the factions.
Definitely. Hey, Tomas, I think you should build a passenger seat right up front for the best view in the house.
Okay. Also, this large ship has rocket launchers in the front, so
Oh, it
if you
does?
press G.
Yeah,
if you
G
press
and sign it. Oh, you're darn right it does.
Yeah, so these rocket pods on the front of large ships, I think they have 27 rocket pods, so they can fire a lot faster than the ones on small ships can.
And
That's
also
awesome. Oh, look at that. I actually haven't seen that rocket pod yet. You're right.
And also the advantage is that compared to small ship, you can actually build the rockets on the large ship and then put them through the conveyor lines into the rocket launchers. So as long as you are making the rockets fast enough, you can just shoot them infinitely.
Oh, wow.
As long as you have resources on board, obviously, yeah.
That's awesome.
You'll also notice a nice little thing I noticed about the rocket pods is the fact that the rockets come out of each one of the little holes sequentially. So
Yeah.
it looks like they're actually firing properly.
Oops. Trying to get the view there. Yeah, you're right. That's really cool. All right, strap in. Oh, you definitely have the best seat right there.
To infinity and beyond.
Reminds me of that Space Cowboys movie. You're like Tommy Lee Jones who just straps himself in front of the rocket. Here we go.
Maybe I'll move the small ship from the hangar. If I'll make it.
I think, you locked it down so it won't move around.
Oh!
I didn't make it.
Yeah, we had got a bit of a problem.
The only thing that's missing, so are you guys working on sound effects? I feel like that's another part that could really be useful in that impact.
Yeah, you're right. That's something that we are going to work at. But right now it has lower priority because we need to make sure, or we need to try or get it into a stage where it's not going to be changed.
Yeah.
So, because right now we kind of make a feature and then find out that it needs to be twisted a bit. So we would have to change the sound as well. So.
Yeah, I guess that goes for any kind of production, really, huh? Music always comes later and all that stuff. You're right.
Yeah. There is actually a video, if you're interested, that someone made about 3 or 4 months ago, where they took a scene in Space Engineers, removed the default sound, and then added like their own sort of gravity type sound effects. And we used that video as a sort of basis for the audio that we want to add eventually.
Oh wow, that's cool. I'd like to see that.
We'll go find that. I think it's this one. Yeah.
We also would like to work more on the modding thing so that players can create their own blocks and actually make things that they would like to see in their worlds. And in future it should be supported by Steam Workshop, so people will be able to download the mods from when joining the server, and this way you'll be able to create like your own custom skins for astronauts, or like, I don't know, specialized blocks for making the interiors more interesting. So
Yeah.
we
That's
will
sweet.
put more of effort into learning or actually teaching the community how to build these models and the mechanics of the game so that they can shape the game the way they want.
That's awesome.
We're also going to be working on a system of in-game block programming, so you can program blocks like thrusters and stuff to do certain things. So you could build tell thrusters to fire at certain points to make something move somewhere, or I'm not really sure how it's going to work as a system, but you'll basically I've been told that you'll be able to make blocks that have commands do pretty much anything you want.
Wow.
So we're going to be adding a system of sensors as well, so you can get inputs from the game world and use that to sort of modify outputs in the blocks.
Wow.
So do you want to guys try to build something like a small ship?
Why not? Yeah, let's do like a small ship. Put some guns on it.
So where do you want to meet? On the platform somewhere?
I feel like did this platform like level differently because of that crash? Oh, never mind.
No. It's a station, and with the station status, it can't move.
I
But
thought
you
the
can
ship did something. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
All right, let's build something.
Well, the reason it's a bit angled is because there are 2 gravity generators right now, and the second one is slightly angled.
Yeah, the gravity fields are sort of interfering with each other.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of gravity, that run was fun. Speaking of gravity generators, I was thinking the other day, I haven't built like a car yet. I know you guys, like steering wheel. Would that be possible to do right now?
Yeah, you can do actually. We'll build that. I'll make a bigger platform over here. So
Yeah, go ahead.
the big thing we made the big thing we in the last update. Oops, it's pale pink. Was the addition of the steering wheels.
Right.
So you can create wheels that are actually controlled by WASD sort of thing. So you can make cars and stuff a lot more realistic.
Nope, there go the turrets. Was the idea, I mean, I'm sure the idea was just to make wheels in general. Oh, did you guys change the wheels recently?
Yeah.
This is different type. You
Wow.
you have like single wheels, and these are more advanced. They have the suspension stuff, and they are controlled by the keys on your keyboard, so you don't have to go to control panel and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
But it takes a lot of practice to actually balance the cars so that they work well on the surface,
Yeah.
because the gravity is always different, and everything depends on the amount of artificial mass cubes you have, which is basically a block that is affected by gravity. And there is nothing else. Well, actually, the player, these mass cubes, items, and that's about it. All these things are affected by gravity, but nothing else, because it would be too hard to build anything. Like, let's say if a small ship was affected by gravity, then it would be pretty hard to actually land somewhere, because then you could place like 6 gravity generators there and the ship would just slam against the ground. So we decided to kind of take that off.
Yeah, it's more of a gameplay
Absolutely.
decision rather than sort of realistic physics type thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I need more mass cubes. Yeah, good.
That's awesome. Yeah, last time I was messing with the wheels, someone had made like the aliens troop transport. It was pretty cool, but yeah, it would just slide around. The wheels weren't working at all.
Yeah, that's why we added these. But before you had to use the rotors and actual wheels, and then use thrusters to move them around.
Well, I think the server should ride the car.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're a bit
Good idea.
bit of a work in progress for the client. the
Yeah.
client's connected to servers, but it runs super smooth if you're the server host.
Do I have to assign?
I think it should be set up so you just use WASD to move around.
I'm doing that right now.
Doesn't work?
No, it's not working. Are we missing something?
Let me think. Well, as Adam said, it's still work in progress, so maybe it worked for me. So.
No, I noticed that actually.
Let me try.
Oh, okay.
Parking brake, maybe parking brakes on or something like that.
Well, that's true. There are brakes.
Oh, there we go. I think the cockpit hadn't been set up.
There it is.
Yeah, in the cockpit, if you go into the control panel, you have to set the settings for wheels to be controlled and turn the control for thrusters off. So
Control
it becomes
panel. Where do I go in the control panel?
go in the control panel and then go to find the cockpit, and
Yeah.
you'll see an option.
Just to do. Oh, control wheels.
Yeah.
Oh, I was actually joking. I didn't know there actually was a handbrake function.
Yeah, if you press, if you press
Oh.
P, P is the handbrake.
Oh, this is great. You said P was handbrake?
Yeah, P is the handbrake, like the landing gear. So if you press P, you shouldn't be
Oh
able to.
yeah. Oh yeah. No. Oh no.
I think
Oh,
you've
wait.
gone outside the gravity range there.
Oh god.
Ah.
Oh.
Okay, that helped.
Well, I'll see you guys later.
Well, we can try to save it actually. Just let me try something.
Sure.
I'll paste the car and. No, that's just a trash. Okay, I have to find.
Oh man, I got real far away. I think we're gonna have to ditch that car. See you, dude.
Well, if you leave the car and point at it with a block and just press Ctrl C, you'll copy it. And when you get back to the platform, you can press Ctrl V and you add the car to the platform.
We should do another car though. That car is long gone.
Okay.
Yeah, it didn't have any thrusters on, so it would just fall indefinitely. Because down there.
That was a little scary. I'm not gonna lie. There were so many times where I've just been laughing in tears when I see some guy in chat who's like, "Help me, guys! Help me! I'm falling! Someone come rescue me!" And he sees his like kilometers, like his meter just flying up, like he's just gone in his ship.
Oops.
Something happened.
Yeah, I accidentally cut the station.
Okay, so can you paste it back?
I can't stick it back in the right place. I'll have to go over there.
Things are not going well right now. Oh, there it is.
Oops. Yeah, that's the power of copy paste. You can ruin someone's day very quickly.
I'll move the large chip so that we have some sunlight.
Actually, how do you do copy and paste?
Just look at something Control V and Control C like you would in any other thing, like
Easy enough.
Microsoft-based stuff.
And well, we would actually like to mention that community helps us like a great deal, because they build like awesome stuff and they are a big inspiration for us.
Yeah, we do go through literally every comment on a YouTube video or a Facebook post that we do, and we take notes of everything that the community wants, and then we work on the stuff that they want. So also all the stuff that we've added recently was voted for in a community vote that we had. So we're sort of going through that, adding things that people want sequentially.
Sweet.
Every time we see some suggestion, we kind of think about if it's possible to actually make it to the game, because the game has mechanics that can be kind of like changed or twisted. Sometimes they can, but sometimes that would just break many other things. So we kind of have to make decision on what can be done and what can't. And then we also think about how much time it would take. And some features can be done pretty quickly because they have some similar feature already in the game. So for example, the small ship rocket launcher was made quite early, but for the large ship it took quite some time to make it, but it was already in the game, so it didn't take that much time to add it there.
Yeah.
And I actually think that one of the players made it even before us.
Yeah, someone modded the small weapons onto a large ship, and that's kind of what gave us our inspiration to add it to the base game.
That's really cool. You guys always let them know, or like say, I mean, I'm sure you do, like respond to them and be like, hey, congratulations, you just got incorporated.
Yeah, we try to communicate with the fans as much as we can.
Yeah.
And know that the stuff that they're suggesting isn't just going to waste. We are actually listening.
Oh.
Yeah. Somebody actually explained it quite nicely, and the person said that we are answering in updates, that
Yeah.
players make suggestions and then we answer in that update whether it's going to be made or not.
That's awesome.
Alright, I'll set this car up for you. Alright, that car should be ready to go now.
I still want to try this copy and paste thing. Do I have to like, if I wanted to copy and paste this entire car, I look at it and I do Control V or Control C?
I think you have to have a block selected to be able to
Okay, then that's what I'm doing
Yeah.
wrong. I got it, you're right.
So you can have multiple cards. This is another thing that was added recently, which means that you can copy paste the whole car.
Sick.
That was not possible before because the rotors are quite quite complex,
Yeah,
and
we'll say complex.
Yeah.
yeah, and basically the car is made from multiple grids, and it took a while to actually find a way to kind of put them together to be able to copy them and paste them somewhere.
Yeah, it was a lot more difficult than it seemed to make them work. But we made it work eventually.
Okay.
Who's driving?
Look at those, you got hydraulics in that thing?
It's a little bit glitchy for the clients on a server. Like I said, it's still a work in progress, so...
He looks pretty happy, in my opinion.
or it tries to get the Adam out of the cockpit.
Behave.
The rotors were always kind of difficult for multiplayer, but
Yeah.
It's something that we're working on to sort of resolve. As you can see, it's not really playable at the moment because this car won't stop moving.
I always
But
thought,
if you get in a car, it should be fine. It should just work perfectly.
I don't know if you guys are probably, I imagine maybe you even have thought of it, but like hotkeying certain rotors.
Yeah, that's something that's going to come with the block program we talked about. We're going to be
Yeah.
able to assign certain commands or certain blocks to hotkeys. Oh, my car's fallen off the world. You're going to be able to assign stuff to certain hotkeys, so you can assign, like I said, thrusters or certain weapon groups to the toolbar.
Yeah. Get this thing. Yeah, I hate that card too. Oh, this is great. And I want to see some like mining rovers on an asteroid. If you put like a gravity generator on the rover, would it be able to successfully like drive around on an asteroid?
The small ships can't have their own gravity at the moment, but you can. I've copied the thing. I'll bring it over to the asteroid and I'll show you.
Okay.
I think there's a gravity field here. Funny. Then put it there. Then you have to have a station or a large ship nearby to provide the gravity, because we thought that it wouldn't make much sense if like a gravity generator is something of fiction, so we wanted
Yeah.
to try and keep them as quite limited. It's there only for gameplay purposes, really, because you wouldn't be able to move around in ships without them.
But you can have a lot of fun with the gravity generators. I've seen like many crazy ideas about unknown flying objects made by rotating gravity fields, and they would make these small ships or large ships fly like crazy, and nobody would actually drive them
Huh.
or pilot them.
There you go, I made you a little bridge over to the asteroid.
Again, it's
like that.
really inspiring to see what community builds with in the game. It's like amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I personally watch the screenshots on YouTube every day when I leave the work, so
Yeah.
kinds of
No, it is incredible, and I remember I did a feature on this game a while ago, and it was basically me stumbling into a Star Wars server, and it was just I was blown away every time. And these kids were so funny. They're like, "Oh no, we have more," and it just kept escalating to the point where it was the mass relay from Mass Effect, and that was beyond me how they got that thing to operate.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So I've built you a ship up here on this asteroid. You can see.
Cool.
I mean, this asteroid is more of a sphere, so there isn't really that much space to drive around.
Sure.
But there are some asteroids that are much flatter than this. I think there's one in this map actually.
Also, if you would like to paint your car, we can tell you how to do it.
Oh yeah, I know you pull out the cube.
Yeah.
And was it a middle mouse button?
No, press P and select the color you want.
Well,
it's the same system.
I like pink.
Use.
But
yeah.
Yeah, you can. Also, not many people know, but you can hold down Shift and Control, and that will give you different brush sizes for painting stuff. So, like, I think if you hold down Shift, it's a 3 radius brush, and Control is a 2 radius brush. So, you can paint things much faster.
Shift, Control.
You can press either Shift or Control.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
You're right.
Shift is the largest brush.
Yep, that's a 3 radius.
Awesome. Green machine.
Yeah.
This is great.
So theoretically, I have made a couple of things like this before. I've been testing stuff out. You could stick like a oh crap. Stick like a drill on the front, and then you can use it as a drilling thing.
Oh, it's there. Should be working. It should work. Oh, I gotta select it. There we go. Oh yeah. Wheelie.
Well, I can try to help you up.
I think it's because it's a bit back heavy because of the way the drill is at the moment. Let me just add a bit of weight to the front. There you go, that should be better.
There it is. Just a little snip here. Whoa, here we go.
Looks like a jam.
Oh no.
I can try to help
You're
you
a
up.
little bit upside down there.
No, it's perfect. Yeah, give him a little push there. Push, push. Here we go.
Oh, that broke your ship.
Yeah. I can try to pick you up if you turn off the mass blocks in control panel.
Which blocks?
The artificial mass blocks.
Artificial, yep. Oh, thank you.
All right.
Are they all?
Give it a shot now.
Okay, I need to find. Looks like you are too heavy.
What are you trying to say? Oh, here we go. Almost.
I think it's just a little bit wedged.
Oh, shoot.
Okay, I broke my.
I think that was partly my fault.
It helped.
I think you've actually got. Have you got a mass block? No, you haven't. Okay, you are just floating into the abyss now.
It's really hard to catch you.
Maybe try the underbelly. Uh-oh, I think you may... Here we go.
Doesn't want to snap.
Ah,
Sorry, we'll just keep pushing you around. We'll get there eventually.
sounds great. I'm having fun. Oh no!
Oh,
What happened?
I think that was me.
I think you shot me.
I think one of those guns were facing a block. But yeah, that's done. That is a finished vehicle.
Oh, yep. Screw that. It's gone.
We have 2 more cars over there.
Plenty more. So I could copy this whole ship right here, huh?
Yep. You can also, another thing we added was the ability to make stations into ships. Like, the stations are what they are. They are stationary, hence the name. But we added a function where you could go into the control panel and set station to actually be able to move. So if I go into this control panel, if you go into the info tab, there's a little option that says convert to ship. Because a lot of people, what they've been doing was they've been building for hours and hours and hours, but they've been building stations, and they've been building it as a ship. So when they came to test their ship,
I've done that once. Yeah.
Yeah, they couldn't actually move it.
Yeah, you feel pretty dumb, but it's that's awesome.
Also, we have that mirroring feature that allows you to build ships much faster. Like if you start a small ship, then you can set the planes. Just give me a second. Yeah, planes like this, and everything that you build will get mirrored on the other side.
That's right.
It's much faster to build anything this way.
Right.
Oh, Adam is flying with the station.
I'm in a little bit of trouble.
Look at that.
These cars are weighing me down slightly.
What a beaut.
Let's just get rid of that bit. We don't need that.
And well, for a ship, you need several important components. One of them is to have thrusters for each side, and then you need gyroscope and reactor.
Yeah, that's something I don't have. I don't have gyroscopes in this. That's why it's moving.
Yeah, and this is fully operational ship right now. Small but working.
Cute. I was thinking about it last night. Have you guys considered like matchmaking, maybe some game types like capture a flag or something like that? Because I know there's some maps already that are like kind of like 2-base setups.
Mm-hmm.
You guys,
we were talking about this earlier again. Actually, it's something that we think people should be able to do with the in-game block programming.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we're going to add a function to be able to bring up things on the hood, so like a scoreboard or something, but
right.
Something that we should be able to do eventually.
Yeah.
I also got information that we will be working on scenarios that will actually have a purpose. So people will have to they will have some mission or reason to play the scenarios. So that will be something to look forward in the future.
Yeah.
So that friends could join a world and try to finish the goal, stuff like that.
This is a terrifying visual right here.
Platform?
Look at that.
Yeah. Oh, small ships are being crushed.
It's like an aircraft carrier.
Yeah, one of the funny things I saw was the Easy Start 2, where someone made it into a ship and was flying this giant space station that looks like it should be attached to a station, to an asteroid, sorry. And they're just flying it around as an actual ship. That was kind of cool.
Wow. So have I haven't really tested out any like workshops lately of like, I don't know, sometimes I've loaded a workshop in the past, like someone tried to make a Death Star and it just froze my computer. Have there been a lot of improvements on like just size and scale and CPU handling and all that?
Optimization is one of the things we work on nearly every single week. There'll always be a little sub-note at the bottom of the main releases that will say we've optimized certain things. And I think this week we've actually, in the dev testing branch at the moment, there's quite a big optimization change to the rendering engine. So when things aren't being looked at, they're not rendered. So you can play on worlds with big things in them and have a much higher FPS. So we are constantly working on optimizing the game.
Sweet.
Also, there will be a lot of optimization in models itself, because right now they don't really have that many LOD models, so what you see is actually
what you got.
Yeah. So, but in the future they should change so that it's less harder on performance. So, but that's also one of the things that people could take in consideration when designing things for workshop. That they actually will try to design ships that are easy on performance as well.
Yeah, I mean, someone in the testing group made a sort of one-for-one, I think it was one-for-one replica of, I think it was Stargate Atlantis, and
Oh, wow.
like no one's computer can handle that. Not even their computer, it crashes them straight away. So we're trying to
Yeah.
optimize as much as possible.
But, well, it's not a bad thing. It looks amazing and everything, but it's just for many people it's hard to play with it.
Yeah.
I also saw a mod that will allow to edit the models themselves, that they have way a lower number of triangles. So that way you are able to actually build even larger ships than you would be able to do.
Wow.
Because the blocks are, I don't know if it goes down by 200% or how much.
I can't remember, but I know what you're on about.
So then you can build like miles of ship construction without a problem. You can't really see from distance that it's that the triangles were taken out, but it looks pretty cool.
What was I gonna say? Oh, the other day I was looking at a server and it was talking about just like info and how they do like for dedicated servers they do like cleanup.
Mm-hmm.
How does that actually work? I just was curious about how they just hunt down all the random stuff and just kind of wipe it clean.
I think it works on a sort of algorithm where it looks at what actually makes up the trash, in inverted commas. And so if it's got like a cockpit, or if it's got a certain amount of thrusters, or if it's just like a random piece of armor that's floating around indefinitely into the abyss, then that sort of stuff will be cleaned up. But people's ships that are actually sort of stationary, sitting still somewhere, they won't be deleted. But all the sort of debris from battles and things, I mean, you can see a few pieces floating around that we've already generated.
There's also a specific definition for these blocks or anything that floats around that will be deleted after some time. So
yeah.
Also, we had to add a feature that will remove the respawn ships, because people would be joining the game, but
And
then
leaving right away, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
They-
when we've... They're gone.
What?
When we first... when we first started the multiplayer, there'd just be like a sea of orange, yellow ships everywhere.
Yeah, I remember that. It was great actually, because if you were doing survival mode, you could just scavenge those ships and not even have to mind.
Yeah, exactly. So we worked on a system of getting rid of those.
Yeah.
Makes people's lives harder, but makes the game fairer.
Let's try out one of these warheads.
Yeah, that's fun. Well, it's fun if you combine them with copy pasting. Then you can play something like baseball. It's just throw the warheads.
Oh, do that. Let's do that.
Yeah, I can show you if I'll find you. Oh, here you are. Okay, so build like new large ship and place the landing gear anywhere, and then
Build a new one. Okay. Yeah.
yeah, because you need the warhead itself.
Right.
Yeah, just one, and press C. And if you how to call it? If you drag the mouse and press just left mouse button. Yeah, left mouse button.
You have to copy the warhead and basically just swing your character around
Yeah.
and press paste at the same time, and you'll sort of throw.
Oh.
You'll throw warheads around.
All right.
You make quite a mess. Yeah.
That's what people were actually doing a lot with gravity generators, that they would build all types of like warheads being pushed by gravity fields.
Yeah.
They can be like one warhead can make a big hole in any ship, so
Yeah.
Yeah. Something people have been trying to do is build like sort of proximity mines, So you'd have a warhead with a sort of artificial mass block on it. So when a ship would come nearby, if the gravity was in the right direction, the warhead would sort of pulled towards the ship and would make a mess of things.
It's really amazing what all can players come up with.
Yeah.
Or like one of the coolest was that giant like rail gun. So I remember someone was showing me on a server once, which was, how did that even work again? It was just turning off and on a gravity generator, basically.
Yeah, so what you can do with the gravity generators is if you go into the control panel, you can set the sort of field width, depth, and height. So you can make like a column of gravity, so to speak, and you can use that as sort of a launch, sort of a barrel sort of thing, with propulsion for a sort of projectile, if you will.
Can you find me? I can show you on my position. Do you mean? No. Okay. Do you see me?
Oh yeah.
So let's say that I'll build reactor, and next to this place I'll build anything like new grid and the mass cube. Again, you need a reactor for that because it flew away.
See ya.
So that means there was a gravity field in this area. So if you point the gravity generators in the correct direction, then the mass cubes will fall that way.
Yeah.
Awesome.
In the past, people would use items to actually make these what is it called, propulsion systems, that they would put landing gears in front of their ships and attach a large item to it, and then use the gravity fields to actually move the ship toward.
Yeah, sort of
forward.
infinitely scaling propulsion system sort of thing. Like, so you basically use mass in a gravity field created by your ship to pull your ship along, sort of thing.
That's awesome.
Also, we could show you the merge blocks. These are quite important and interesting.
And new.
Yeah, and new. Let me, Adam, I'll borrow your ship, okay?
That's fine.
So, the main thing about the merge blocks is actually that you can connect two grids together. And in the past, it was not possible to do it because, well, there was just no support for it. So if you had a large ship and you would break it apart into two pieces, you would have to choose the bigger one and then just rebuild it completely. But now you can build these merge blocks, and if you put them close enough, they will connect. And I'll try to show you. Do you see the merge block?
Yep.
Okay. So
Oh, this one. Gotcha.
So I'll try to make it pretty close. Yeah, see?
Look at that, automatically.
Okay, so go ahead.
Then the two ships that are now connected are now to the game. They are now one ship. So it's sort of a official connection between the two. We call them grids, but we actually mean ships.
Yeah, ships.
That is really cool. Look at that thing.
Right now I'm moving the whole platform.
Yeah.
If you notice.
Yeah. So it transfers the power and control of the ship, but
That
not
is
the
awesome.
sort of item movement that you can do with the other connectors.
I can also decide to break the connection by turning off one of the merge blocks, and then I break free. See?
Yeah. That's perfect for like docking ships or just moving around entire platforms. Perfect.
Yep.
If you want to dock like a lot, well, not a lot, but like strong connection, you would use the merge blocks, but you can do the same with the connectors, and through the connectors you can also connect small ship to large ship, which also was not possible before.
Yeah. Well, guys, this has been absolutely awesome. Thank you so much for taking the time to show me all of this great new add-ons for this game. Very much looking forward to the future. But yeah, thanks so much, Tomas, lead artist of the Space artist of Space Engineers, and Adam. Thank you guys so much. Lead artist
You're
as well.
welcome.
Yes, thank you. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for having us.
Oh yeah, thank you, man. All right. Well, that has been Space Engineers. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, this is the 4th top-selling game on Steam. You can pick up for about $20, and it's a blast. It gets better every week. And that's it for this week. See you guys next time.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.